Hi everybody, welcome to day 3 of our gratitude series. Thank you again for joining me for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed the past 2 flows that we have done, and more importantly, I hope that you're starting to see how your practice is translating into your day-to-day life. And so today, we're really going to be focusing on just the breath and linking our breath to the movements that we do, and just kind of digging into this understanding of how even our breath is worship. I saw a quote this morning that talked about how taking care of our bodies and exercising is one of the best ways to say thank you to God for the body that He has given us. And so even when we're just mindful of our breath and we sit here and we focus on the inhales and exhales, we can be worshipful in that, in just something as simple as sitting and breathing. And so we're going to be doing a little bit more than just sitting and breathing, but I want you to focus on how every single breath is just a proclamation of gratitude. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. That's where we're going to be starting from today. So for me, that means legs crossed, palms resting up on my knees, eyes closed, and then just resting there. And listen to these verses. This is Psalm 136, verses 1 through 3. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, for His steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods, for His steadfast love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords, for His steadfast love endures forever. And so just let those words be your worship today. It's just hearing that over and over. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His steadfast love endures forever. And so with that in mind, and with this concept of focusing on the breath and allowing it to be worshipful, let's start to find our breath. So first, let's make sure we're sitting with nice strong alignment, shoulders pressed down away from the ears, ribs drawing together, belly button pulling back towards the spine, reaching out long through the crown of the head. And then from here, just start to take some nice deep inhales and exhales. Feel the chest fill on the inhale, and then everything release on the exhale. In my classes, sometimes I like to say, don't be afraid of your breath. It's okay to hear your breath. I think that it's actually super helpful when I can kind of hear myself breathing while I'm teaching or while I'm doing a class on my own, because it really keeps me connected to the movement. So that doesn't mean that we need these deep, heavy inhales and exhales that are going to distract you or distract other people, but just a really soft but audible breath can help you stay connected to your body as you're flowing through. So think about that as you sit here. Nice big inhale through the nose, and then exhale either through the mouth or the nose. And on your next inhale, turn the palms over on the knees. Let the chest start to rise forward. Gaze comes up. Press the shoulders down as we arch slightly. And then exhale to round through the spine, chin to chest. And we're just taking a nice seated cat-cow here, alternating between lifting the chest forward and then rounding through the spine. Continue to match that to your breath. Take one more breath cycle, breathing in, out, and then slowly return to that nice neutral posture, shoulders pressed down, nice long spine, and we inhale to lift the fingers up overhead, Exhale, the right hand comes down towards the mat as we reach out through the left fingertips. Option to lower down to the forearm to deepen the stretch. Make sure that you're keeping both hips even on the floor. We don't want to drop over, letting this left knee come up. We really want to continue to press down as we reach. And then on an exhale, we sweep the fingers on the floor in front of us, chest rounds. And then inhale, rising up to the other side, holding here. And then let's just flow between the two sides. So exhaling, we sweep the fingers, and inhale, rise up. Take it at your own pace, really focusing on deepening the breath. Inhaling as we rise up, and exhaling as we round. Take one last time and pause over here on the left. And then slowly rise back up to center. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, and we'll walk the fingers out, just gently folding forward. Take one last breath here in. Nice long exhale out. And go ahead and walk the fingertips back in. And we'll turn over to child's pose. So toes can come together, knees apart as we sit the hips back over the heels. Walk the fingertips forward and let your head rest down on the mat. Feel how your breath helps your body to relax. And then take a moment here to just thank God for the breath that you have. To be intentional about using it as a way to worship. And just taking notice of those little things that sometimes are so easy to take for granted. And just choosing to recognize them and say thank you for them. On your next exhale, go ahead and press your hands into the mat even more. And then inhale to rise up, keeping the hands where they are, reached out in front. And then slowly we'll start to just take some movement here. So shifting the weight forward towards the hands and back towards the hips, just taking some small circles, maybe arching and rounding through the spine. And then just play around with the movement and your breath, slowly working to open through the body. Just letting it flow however feels good. And switch directions. Take one last circle, and then next time your hips go back over the heels, we'll pause again in child's pose, reaching forward. And then inhale to rise up, hands come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips as we find our way into tabletop. Again, starting with the breath, we'll engage the core. Inhale the chest forward, gaze is up, and then exhale round through the spine, moving through cat-cow again. Take one more time. And then all together we'll come back to a nice neutral spine. Tuck the toes and exhale, the hips lift up, heels press down, coming to downward facing dog. This is our first big stretch of our flow today, so be patient with your body as it takes some time to wake up. Just walking through the feet, pressing the heels down and lifting them up. And then we'll pause in the center, pressing the heels down as the hips lift up towards the sky. On an inhale, let that right heel start to come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. One last time, we exhale, knee to nose. And reach up and back. And then exhale, plant the right foot between the hands. Pausing for a moment. And then inhaling to let the fingertips come up overhead to Crescent Lunge. Really press the feet down into the floor as you reach up. And then again, to bring our focus back to our breath, we'll add some movement, linking it with the breath. So exhale, sweep the fingertips back, chest comes down, and inhale, rise back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. One more time, we exhale to reach back. Inhale to rise up and hold. And then from here, straighten both legs, spin the back foot, open through the hands, coming to warrior two. Focus on opening through the thighs, really rooting the feet into the ground, creating a nice long neck, and then reaching out through the fingers. And then to link with our breath, we inhale to straighten and reach up and back. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale up. Exhale. Take 3 more times of that, and then we'll meet together in warrior two. Work to make your movement match the length of your breath. One last time. And come back to warrior two, pausing here for a moment. On an exhale, we let the back fingertips sweep forward, pivot the back foot, coming back to Crescent Lunge. Bend both knees and step to the top of your mat, reaching up tall. Exhale the hands through heart center, and we'll hold here. One last nice deep breath here. And then inhale, sweep the fingertips up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Again, being gentle with the body as it wakes up, maybe walking through the feet. and slowly deepening the breath. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. One more time, inhale to lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Option to flow as we lower to a low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back to down dog. Press those heels down, lift the hips up, and we hold here. Inhale, the left heel reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. One more time, we take knee to the nose. Reach up and back. And then exhale, plant that left foot between the hands. And we sweep the fingers up overhead to Crescent Lunge, holding here. Take a moment to cue into your alignment, and then we'll start to move. Exhaling, sweep the fingers back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last time, we exhale, sweep back. Inhale, rise up and hold here. And then slowly we straighten, pivot the back foot. Open the arms, lowering into warrior two. Find your alignment here. And then we inhale to straighten and reach back. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times. Last time, we inhale up. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then return to warrior two, pausing for a moment here. And exhale, back arm swings forward, pivot the back foot. Pause in Crescent Lunge. And then step to the top of the mat, landing in mountain. Exhale, hands down through heart center and hold here. Nice deep breaths. Inhale to sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Pausing for a moment as we settle into the stretch. Again, maybe bending the knees. Slowly working to open through the calves and the hamstrings a little bit more. And then we inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back to plank. Your choice to hold your high plank or will lower. Inhale, chest rises up. Exhale, hips up and back to down dog. And then all together we bend the knees, plant them on the floor, and sit back into child's pose. And so for today, when we're talking about the breath and how we should be grateful for the breath, really just what it makes me think about is how something so small and mundane and everyday is something that is so valuable and important to us, and sometimes we can forget that. And I think that, focusing on our breath and using that as an example is a really tangible way to see that. But how often do we also do that with God, where we look at this beautiful miracle that He gave us of His love and His grace, and we just become so comfortable with seeing it in our day-to-day lives that we forget that this is the thing that we are living for. This is the thing that gives us life, that gives us hope and joy, and that is what we should be grateful for. And so as you hold here in child's pose and you focus on your breath, allow it to be a reminder of the love that God has given us, of the hope and the future that He has given us through His love. Don't let yourself forget the small things, because they're really the big things. And so every day, let's be mindful of our breath. Let's be mindful of the world around us that God created and the people that He's given us to share it with. And let's allow the small daily details to be the things that fill us with this consistent joy and gratitude. Take one last breath here. And then inhale to rise up onto the hands. Tuck the toes, hips lift up to downward facing dog, and we press the heels down. On your next exhale, go ahead and slowly start to walk your feet to the top of your mat, coming back to forward fold. Pause for a moment here. And then bend the knees and let the chest start to rise up. So we're coming to chair. Hips are sitting low, chest is lifted up. Then on an inhale, the fingertips will reach forward. And we exhale to sweep them back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up and hold here, fingertips reaching forward. Slowly shift the weight into the right foot, step the left foot back, landing in Crescent Lunge, fingertips rise up. And exhale, left hand comes down to the mat as we open the right fingertips up in a twist. And your choice to either hold here or we'll add some movement. Exhale, the right hand comes down. Pivot the back foot slightly. Inhale, the left fingertips open up. And then again, left hand down. Pivot that back foot, right fingers up. And just alternating side to side, moving with the breath. And then we'll pause with both hands down on the floor, holding in our runner's lunge. On an exhale, bend that back knee, step the foot up to forward fold, straightening out the legs. Bend the knees, chest rises up, we come to chair. And then again, inhale the fingertips forward. Exhale, reach back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up and hold. Weight goes into the left foot, right foot reaches back, landing in Crescent Lunge, reaching up. And then exhale, the right hand comes down to the mat, left fingertips reach, finding a nice twist. And then maybe taking that side to side. Left hand comes down, pivot the back foot, right fingertips open up, and switch. Inhale as the fingers lift. Exhale as the hand comes down. And we'll pause, both hands on the floor. And bend the back knee. Step up to forward fold, straightening out the legs. Again, we'll take 3 more halfway lifts. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. One more, we inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Again, your choice to hold in your high plank or to lower. Lift the chest forward. Exhale the hips up and back. And then slowly bend the knees down towards the floor. Turn to face the top of your mat, letting your legs reach out in front. Both heels reaching away from you. And then we're going to move into a half A. So the left heel reaches out, bottom of the right foot comes in, connecting with the inner thigh. We square the ribs and the shoulders over the left leg, and then slowly walk the fingertips forward. Chest comes down. And then your choice to hold here in this forward fold, or again to focus on the breath. We'll inhale, the right hand reaches up and back, plants behind the right hip. We shift the weight forward and reach those fingertips behind you. Again, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up and back. Allow the focus to be on the breath and how the breath helps to exaggerate the movements. Next time you're reaching back, we'll hold here, press the hips forward. And exhale to lower down. Switching sides. Right heel reaches out, left foot to the bottom or to the inside of the thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, turning to square the shoulders and the ribs over the right leg. And walking the fingertips out, folding forward. When you're ready, we'll add that movement. Inhaling to reach up and back, hips lift. And exhale, fold forward. And next time we're up and back, we'll hold here, reaching, pressing the hips forward, opening through the chest. And exhale, slowly sit back down. We'll fold forward. And then return to center. Good. Go ahead and find that nice forward fold again, both heels reaching away from you. Chest down over the thighs. Let the forehead relax, chin coming into the chest. Holding here, nice deep breaths. Inhale to lift up halfway, finding a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward and hold. And slowly go ahead and lift back up. Bring the hands to the floor, bend the knees. We're going to take just a moment in boat before we go down to our backs. So sit up nice and tall, nice flat back. Hands can stay here behind the thighs as we lean back. Maybe the toes come up. Maybe the hands reach forward away from the legs. And if you'd like to add some movement working with the breath, inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, straighten the right leg, leaning back a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale, left leg straightens. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Take one more time on each side. Right leg reaches. Left leg reaches. We all join together back in boat, and then slowly lower down to the back. Heels reaching out. Let the chest relax down. And then bend the knees, plant the feet flat on the floor, about a hand's distance away from the glutes, and slowly we're going to roll up through bridge. So inhale, exhale, slowly rounding through the back, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling, opening through the chest, and then slowly we roll down. Again, rounding through the spine, rolling up off the floor, press those hips up. One more time, rounding up through bridge. Roll down. And then bring the knees into the chest and start to take some small circles here. Go both ways. And then pause, letting both feet come back to the floor, feet flat on the floor. We'll take a few more stretches and then we'll settle into our final posture. So right heel reaches up towards the ceiling and then cross the ankle over the left knee, coming to a reclining four stretch. Hands will come between the legs underneath the left thigh, and we'll draw the leg in towards the chest, stretching into the right hip. If you'd like, you can continue to hold here, or we'll let both legs drop over to the left, planting that right foot on the floor so that the knee is up towards the ceiling. And then we'll hold here, adding a twist to the stretch. And slowly we come back to center. Release the legs and switch sides. Left heel reaches up, crosses over the right knee. We draw the legs in towards the chest, starting out holding here for a few breaths. And then maybe adding the twist, letting both knees come over to the right. Left foot plants on the floor so that the knee is up towards the ceiling. We reach out the left fingertips and hold here. Again, slowly come back to center. Untwist the legs, draw the knees in towards the chest. Exhale, the forehead comes up to the knees. Hold here. And then slowly release everything out, settling into your final relaxation, whatever that looks like for you today. And as you lay here, just come back to that main intention of our class today. Focusing on the breath and using it as an example of all the little things in life that are really the big things and that are worth giving the proper attention and are worth being thankful for. Lord, I pray that today we would notice every little thing that is a reflection of your grace in our lives. I pray that the place that we live, the food that we eat, the people that surround us, the breath that we have, the love that you've given us. I pray that all of these things would just feel so valuable to us today, that we would look around at our lives and just be overjoyed and so grateful, even if we don't feel like everything is figured out. God, I pray that we would just come back to the small things and be encouraged that that's really what matters. It's not about the success or having everything together or having a perfect life, but it's just about our breath. It's about the people that we interact with, and it's about acknowledging your love and your presence in our lives. Help us to have hearts that would be grateful for every little thing we have. In your name we pray. Amen. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for today. And I truly do hope that when you walk off your mat today and head out into the rest of your day, that God would just make it so evident to you every single little blessing that He has given you. And that it would be easy for you to move about your day with a heart that is just full of gratitude, and that you would in turn be able to share that with the people around you. So thank you so much for joining me for day 3. If you have entered in our contest to win this awesome free mat, then make sure you keep it up. Again, all the details for how to do that are in the emails that I have been sending you, as well as the caption on this video. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.